Welcome to Osaka and the first of 3 days of competition at this year's Osaka Grand Slam. Osaka is Japan's third biggest city and the metropolis of the Kansai region. Osaka is a port city and historically the merchant capital of Japan. In contrast to Tokyo, Osaka is often referred to as having a more relaxed mood than the business mood of Tokyo. Well, the business that we're here for is the latest leg of the IJF Judo World Tour, and we're going to begin this final block with the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 48 kilo category. This features Melanie Clement of France. She'll be up against Endo Hiromi of Japan. It'll be Clement in the white judogi and Endo in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Veli-Matti Kaninkanta of Finland. And with commentary on this and all this afternoon's medal matches, it's a very warm welcome to 4 times IJF World Tour medal winner Esther Stam. Good afternoon, Esther.
Good afternoon, Sheldon. Happy to be here. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. And we've seen really good judo today, I think. Of course, it was all about the Japanese because they have so much depth in the light weight categories. But you see some other people come through, and that's really good to see also. So for me, now in this contest, I think Endo is a little bit the favorite here as we look at the papers. But let's see what Clement has to offer.
Yeah, Endo narrowly missed out on getting a place in the final. She lost her semi-final contest, and that's put her direct into the bronze medal match. So often the case with Endo, nearly there, but not quite. A little bit in the shadow of Kondo, Ami, Tonaki Funa. You know, those are the fighters that head her in a really deep and strong under 48 kilo category in Japan. But as Esther said, let's see how she gets on here. To take a medal at the Osaka Grand Slam would be a good thing.
Yeah, and she did beat Kondo Ami today, so that was really good for her, I think. Only she had the 2 Japanese along the way.
Yes, difficult to say who had the toughest of the draws here.
Yeah.
But certainly Endo having to come up against both Kondo Ami in the quarter-final and then Tanaki Funa in the semi-final.
Ooh, that's good stuff again. And now she has the arm of Clement, so I think she got her leg, but still that's out.
So
that looks really strong and really fast.
She's got the right shoulder. That's always a tricky one.
Yeah, but I think it looks quite strong.
Yeah, and you only needed the 10 seconds after having scored the Wazari.
Yeah, and that's so short to come out of that. That's almost impossible. Yeah, frustrating for Clement, of course. I think she came in as number 4 seed, so...
Frustration on the face of the French fighter. And I'd go so far as to say relief on the face of Endo Hiromi, because on the medal podium at the Osaka Grand Slam, you are going to get another shot. You know, you're going to get a couple of things here and there, and you're also going to get a shot at the Masters.
Yeah, that's true. The only thing is that Tonaki Funa, she beat her today, and I think that's the thing that's going to stick with her.
Yeah, well,
because it's so important.
About that.
No.
You know, you're going up against the former world champion. She went up against 2 former world champions back to back, and she's got the coach with
now
her,
there's a nice
also a former world champion. They're sport for choice, aren't they? But I think the important thing for her is there's just that little bit more longevity for her. You know, they're not going to... If she'd failed to medal here...
by the way.
If she'd failed to medal here, they could have said, we've seen enough. Whereas she's taken a medal here, she's proven herself again at the highest level, so, okay, on you go, we'll send you somewhere else. That other place will be the Masters, first of all. That would be she's not out of it. If she sticks in there, she could still have a shot at things like Paris.
But I'm curious, because Japan, they placed so many people for the Masters. I'm curious if they're going to send everyone. We're going to see.
I would have thought so.
Yeah.
Why not? It's only to Guangzhou anyway.
Not too far away.
Right, we come to the second of the bronze medal contest. Kondo Ami of Japan faces Kang Yu-jeong of the Republic of Korea. It's Kondo in the white judogi, Kang in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Lubomir Peter.
Yeah, and I think Kondo Ami has a lot of pressure here because the other Japanese are going to medal today. So she basically has the pressure to get this medal. And not an easy opponent, Kang Ju-jong. I don't know her so well, but she has a good day and she's showing really strong judo also. And it's the Koreans that are just physically so strong. And today I saw some of the fighters have a really strong grip in the neck, and that's so hard to come out of.
Well, into the arena come the two fighters. Fukumi Tomoko's keeping herself busy. She's back in the chair again.
Yeah.
Last time in the chair for the blue fighter in blue, this time in white. So all she's done is move down a couple of meters and swap seats.
I'm really curious about this fight. I don't know if they've fought before many times. We can check that.
Little stab at Seonagi from Kondo, just testing Kondo.
They did fight before in the World Circuit, and Kondo was the winner of the last 3 times, so. And I think here's where Kondo is going to be so dangerous in the Newaza.
Yeah, the Japanese have a reputation for being strong on the ground, so that won't be any surprise. I'm going to have to look out for that. First minute gone. Nothing to write home about. No scorers yet, but both fighters remain penalty-free.
That was not the strongest attempt from Kondo. Not having the right grip and still come in.
She wasn't really doing a great deal down there.
No. I don't know if she actually was really working on towards something or just taking some time off the clock. No, I think now she has a good grip.
Kondo managed to get some strong grips against Endo, never ended up using them. For example, that, I suppose Haragoshi there maybe, I never saw that against Endo.
No,
this
that's
morning.
true.
So,
but maybe it's because of Endo doing a really good job there. And they know each other, they know what they're gonna do. Maybe she was afraid of being taken over, you don't know that. But sometimes it's difficult because if you have the perfect grip, the opponent knows that and they're gonna be full on defense. So it's quite hard to throw someone. Sometimes it's easier to throw someone when you are in the movement.
in the top 10 in the world, Kondo Ami, battle at number 9, headed in this competition by Tuga Watanaki Funa, a teammate, and Munkmat Uransetsu, the number 1 seed at the competition. So you'd expect her to be, here or hereabouts.
Yeah.
That wasn't a bad little effort from Kang. She almost got caught on the way out. Just a little bit too high up. And that's a nice roll to get herself into the position to work on the ground.
And she knows that their chances are best, I think, on the ground, so I'm gonna go all for it. And you see Kang struggling to hold on, but doing a good job. And she's number 13 at the world ranking, so
yeah, very evenly matched there, this pair. Bronze medalist at the Olympic Games in Rio, Kondo, haven't we?
So and with 40 seconds to go, it's no Shidos yet on the board. And again, she's working on the ground. This time getting closer.
Foot left in there now.
Yeah.
She'll be able to prize that out, is whether she can get the foot
Keep it
across and down.
Ooh! It's not over yet.
Good battle.
Yeah. Now Kang is all around the leg. Then it's then you're out. If you have the arms also on the leg, it's impossible to get that out. But Kang is doing a really good defending on Nuasa.
4 years since Kondo won the World Championships in Chelyabinsk.
That's a while ago.
Yeah, after that, she won the Junior World Championships. A little bit like Billa did, winning the seniors and then the juniors. It just happens that that's the timing. And she's been there or thereabouts every major tournament since then. A bronze medalist in 2015, a bronze medal in the Olympic Games in 2016, bronze medalist in 2017.
In the World Championships?
At the World Championships, yeah. Only this year, 2018, did she get shaded out by her teammates.
And I think also in this contest, Kondo is looking a little bit stronger. Just a little bit more controlling, dangerous on the ground.
Didn't get the rotation that she wanted there, Kang. Feet weren't quite in the right place. Managed to get the top half over, just got the shoulder in there, but the feet needed to be further across. When you attack like that, you think that you've made a full attack.
Yeah.
But your feet are like lead, you know, they don't really move, and you just stay that little bit too far away.
Yeah, I think you can feel that.
That stretch was too far. Sit down.
And now again, Kondo has a really good grip. And normally when the Japanese have their grip, you're gonna see a big throw. And Kondo is struggling a little bit more with that.
I just thought that last effort was too weak from Kang. It came very quickly after the first one, and it's a kind of a trait that the Koreans have, where they try and throw in 2, 3, 4 attacks very quickly, and all of a sudden the referee thinks, oh, maybe the opponent is passive, when really the attacks haven't been that strong. And
like
that was too far away as well.
Ooh. Making good use of the opportunity there.
If the referee called Mate to give her the false attack, we wouldn't have had that attack. And that is as close to as anyone's come to scoring, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he did the right thing to just let that ride. I'm not going to call a Mate here. I'll wait until after the action, and then I'm going to give you the penalty for the false attack. And now she's got 2 Shidos. Good work. Best way, isn't it? He did that well.
He did a really good job there, yeah. But Kondo is struggling a little bit when she has a grip. Again, she has a really strong grip, but no big throws coming out of that.
Kang's going to pick up the third.
Yeah.
She picked up the penalty for a false attack, but I think she's going to pick up one for passivity.
Yeah, maybe they're going to wait a little bit longer, but
it's just not in it.
No. I think the first 4 minutes were quite even, but now you start to see Kondo really go over.
I think the other thing is the attacks that she has put in. Well, one of them has been forced, and she's picked up a penalty for that. But she just looks out of it now. She's under constant attack from Kondo, and she hasn't been able to come up with any of her own.
At least not a really strong one or dangerous one. Yeah, that's gonna be it, I think. So I'm not sure if Kondo is going to be really happy with that, winning on Shidos, but it's a medal.
No, I think you're quite right. She would have liked to have won, you know, cleanly with an Ippon.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. But, you know, she'll be on the podium next to Endo, and I think that's going to cause her more pain than the way she won here.
That's right.
When you look at the pecking order, she would have liked to have had a different type of win, but sure she would have liked to have gone that little bit further in the competition and not lost to her teammate. Anyway, that's water under bridge now. That's happened already.
And in the end, they all do take a medal, so they did what they have to do. They just lost from each other, you know. They didn't lose to anybody from outside. That was really close.
She really fought to stop herself from going over there, Kang. She gets a hand down as well.
Ooh.
And then the right leg is just pushing away all the time.
Look at her face like, I just came out. So final we have.
Coming up next, the final of the under 48 kilo category. Munkbat Uranseteg of Mongolia faces Tonaki Funa of Japan. It'll be Munkbat in the white judogi, Tonaki in blue. Let's a quick look at their route to the final, road to the final.
Yeah, they both had strong opponents on the way, so.
The referee in the middle for this one is Mathieu Bataille of France.
And it's actually the number 1 and 2 seed making it through to the final.
The referee on this final contest is from France, Mr. Mathieu Bataille.
I really couldn't tell who's gonna win this one. Because I think Munkbat is so strong on the ground, but with Tonaki she's might not be able to do it.
Big cheer for the home favourite here, Tonaki Funa. World champion and 5 times Grand Slam gold medalist. Well, they have fought 6 times already. Munkbat and Tonaki Funa. Tonaki Funa leads. No, they are 3-3. Three wins. 3 wins for Tonaki and 3 wins for Munkbat. So 3-3.
But Tonaki beat her the last time in the semi-final.
Importantly, at the semi-final of the World Championships in Baku. Tonaki went on to the final and lost out to Dario Biladid of Ukraine.
Oh, I remember that one. That was on Shidos, and she was leading by Ozari that time. Ooh.
Oh, slip.
That is so shit. So sorry, that's bad to see. It's so sad to see a slip like that, right?
A single error puts Munkbat squarely on her back. Tonaki Funa is not going to make any mistake there. And she normally has to work so hard to find those positions.
And I think it's always such a tough battles between those 2 competitors. And this time, just Munkbat making a mistake.
But when you get gifted a contest like that.
But it's also the quality of Tonaki, just immediately responding and taking it.
Being able to snap up the chance. No mistake on the ground from Tonaki Funa.
This is the second gold medal
stadium announcer tells us that it's a second Grand Slam gold medal for Tanaki Funo.
Next to the World Championships.
I think the other Grand Slam gold medal, where would that have come from then? She won in Osaka. She won the Masters and the World Championships, Düsseldorf Grand Prix. Grand Slam in 2 men. So she's now won a second Grand Slam, as our announcer said. 2 men in 2017.
Oh, that's it.
And Osaka in 2018. Right, we come now to the medal matches in the under 60 kilo category, and the first of the bronze medal contests features Eric Takabatake of Brazil. He's up against Kim Won-jin of the Republic of Korea. It's Takabatake in the white judogi, Kim in blue.
Yeah, Kim Yeonjung, or how do I say that correctly? It was really strong today for me, and losing quite easily to Yago Abulotse in the semi-finals, but beating Takata Naoisha and Shishime. So yeah, for me he is the favorite here, but let's see what Takabatake can do.
Please welcome the athletes in blue judogi representing Korea.
We didn't see Kim making any big throws today. It was just being physically really strong, really clever with his gripping, and winning by that.
In white judogi for Brazil, this year Düsseldorf Grand Slam bronze medalist.
白ブラジル2018ルセンバロングランドスラム銅メダリスト
Eric Takabatake.
Well, it's a good crowd that's come in here this afternoon. It's a national holiday here in Japan. Labor Day, Thanksgiving. I'm not sure what the tradition is, whether they have a special meal or special food on Thanksgiving, I don't know. In some countries they have to get the turkey out. I'm not sure if that happens in Japan.
I have no idea here.
Thought for a moment he was going to go for the pickup.
Looked like I thought, oh, let's do it? Okay, let's not. Too dangerous.
Saw that one coming, didn't you? That low left serenagi from Takabatake. He just stepped around and avoided that fairly easily. He looks sharp for having been off for so long. I'm quite surprised, actually. He does look good, and this morning he surprised me. Surprised Takato, didn't he?
That was a bit a rough kick.
There's a possibility that Takabatake roughed him up without us seeing, and he's decided, okay, I'll give you some back, because Kim Won-jin is one of the most placid and pleasant guys you could meet on the circuit, so I'm surprised if he'd get involved in any rough stuff. Unnecessarily, I mean.
Yeah, and it just can also happen, you know, if you can try to make a Dershibari or something, or miss, and yeah.
But you're right, it was slightly strong, the contact.
But you see here that Takabatake is holding the left arm of Kim down quite well. And I think Kim was really strong today when he had the left hand in the neck of the other. So I think he's gonna struggle more here in this contest.
Both fighters pick up penalties for passivity. Half the contest gone. No score as yet.
Yeah, they're taking their time also to grip, so the time flies.
Just wondering whose hands this is playing into, who this suits more, this style. We've already seen Kim Won-jin earlier on.
Now he has a good grip.
Going without any trouble into golden score, I think on a couple of occasions. I'm not suggesting that he's fitter than Takabatake is, but there's a degree of feeling settled and moving smoothly and getting into your rhythm that I think suits Kim Won-jin when the contest goes on. And now Takabatake has picked up a second penalty with a minute and a half left to go.
Yeah, I think Kim is looking very strong and very comfortable. He doesn't mind going into golden score. Good effort from Takabatake. I think if Takabatake can keep out of the grip of Kim, he can do a good job and surprise with the low seonages. But as soon as Kim has his grip, he's really dangerous. Almost taking him backwards. That was a good effort.
Yeah, Takabatake got himself into a reasonable position to attack here, but then Kim made some space. On the wrong side for me. I mean, he was coming here, could have opened up, taken him back this way. Anyway, that was the choice that he made.
Yeah.
And as Esther said, he almost caught him, almost took him backwards there.
Now he has again. And immediately Takabatake looks so defensive and trying to get out of it.
Almost caught him there with a knee down Kosadagari.
Yeah.
Him threatening on a couple of occasions here.
Yeah, and for me it's looked like Takabatake is just trying to get out and trying to stay out of the grip, whereas Kim is just trying to throw, and it's a little bit different balance.
Kim gets himself involved in another golden score contest. He is back, but without being back to his, best, I'd say. Because when he is, he really does throw people. But right now, he's just tactically a little bit better than his opponents, and they get dragged into longer contests than they would like. And that's the case with Takabatake. He would have loved to have been up and out of here by now.
And it's almost the same as the contest against Takata, that now it looks like Kim is trying to keep up the pace or picking up the pace a little bit. And he only needs Takabatake to get one more Shido, and then it's all over. That's a good attack. That was really close to scoring.
Kojigaki, a big hook, and then the push back from Takabatake, almost bringing Kim down. Well, he did bring him down, but only onto his front.
Yeah, but it was not far off.
Yeah, Kim managed to turn onto his front on the way down and avoid giving up the score. We've had a minute of golden score so far.
And that's why I also think Takabatake is doing a really good job in avoiding to get in the grip of Kim, and also when he is dangerous, he is doing it again. That's smart. He was really dangerous with that before. Ooh. Kim going in, but not having so much control, losing the grip immediately. It's starting to be an open contest again.
Minute and a half left to go. No, I beg your pardon, a minute and a half of golden score that we've had, sorry.
Ooh, that was almost taking over also. Just a little bit too slow.
Well, what you can see now is that the attacks are not as strong as they were, and when they were defended without any trouble earlier on, they're now being on the point of being countered.
Yeah.
So the defences are beginning to weaken, as the strength drains out of the two fighters. 2 minutes into the golden score period. We've had 6 minutes of time running on the clock. They've been out there for, what, 7, maybe 8 minutes in actual time.
Ooh, that's not a good time to do that. He cannot afford to do that again, that's for sure.
Both coaches just being reminded by the Brazilian side of the referee in the middle that they should only coach during the mate. Wasn't the strongest of efforts there from Kim either.
I think Kim looked very convincing in the first 4 minutes and in a half minute in the golden score, but now he's starting to go down a little bit. Starting to look tired. Oop, almost a pick up here. This could go somewhere, that was nice.
One way and then the other. The only thing we haven't had is the score, but it's beginning to look quite likely. It's beginning to look on the card. Someone's going to make an error. Yeah.
Whoa, that was beautiful. What an amazing finish, don't you think?
Absolutely lovely.
Wow. Right-sided, so completely otherwise what he was doing before.
A little over 3 minutes into the golden score, Kim Won-jin is able to trap both the sleeves and take...
Was it Soda Tsurikomiyashi?
Yeah, take Eric Takabatake over for Ippo. With that neatly executed Sode Tsurikomiyashi.
For me, that was beautiful. That was really top quality judo. And he had a good day, and I think he deserved a medal today.
This is 6th medal for Kim Won-jin in the Grand Slam. Congratulations.
キム選手、グランドスラム6つ目のメダルを獲得いたしました。
Well, let's see that again. But for me, Takabatake also had a good contest. He did really smart, but this was no stopping.
Now you picked Kim Won-jin this morning, didn't you? So he's ended up in the bronze medal position. That's not a bad effort.
Especially when you look at his draw. Yeah, for me that was beautiful. Good timing and completely over.
Well, we come now to the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 60 kilo category. Shishimi Toru of Japan faces teammate Oshima Yuma. It'll be Shishimi in the white judogi, Oshima in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Gostini Balash of Hungary. The first of 4 Japanese head-to-heads that we're going to see in the final block.
Yeah. And this was your pick this morning, right?
Yes, Shishimi Toru, I thought would go the distance. In fact, he hasn't quite made it that far. Still a chance for him to salvage something from his day in Osaka if he takes the bronze medal here.
Yeah, but he will first have to beat Oshima Yuma in this round.
Oshima Yuma has looked dangerous today. Whether or not that will translate to a result against Shishimi Toru is another matter. We shall see.
I just saw that Shishimi Toru beat him 2 times before, so...
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's gonna be difficult for him, but it's you never know. We saw some other people winning contests before that they lost.
Well, that's how you deal with someone who's giving you a nudge out of the contest area. You just seen that. Why don't other people do that? It's almost as they punched him back out of the way and told him, no, I'm not going to get off the mat area. And you're not going to push me into this corner. Get back. All of that was done with a completely dead face.
No emotion there.
No. You just let him know that he wasn't going to be muscled around. Not much muscle in those 60 kilo guys anyway, is there? Little fellas.
They're little, but they do need some muscle. So Oshima is quite pushing for a reaction there on the side, but it doesn't seem to bother Shishima so much. Some Newaza moves, but nothing happening in the end.
That's a minute and a half of the contest gone. No scorers yet. Still, basically feeling their way into the contest.
Yeah. But I think we've seen it today already, and we are going to see it some more with the Japanese fighting each other. They know each other, they know their style. It's really hard to make a difference in those contests. And we're going to see a lot of those, or we saw a lot, won by Shido. Or Shido difference, I should say.
Circling going on.
Seen that before also.
Judo.
So first Judo picked up by Shishime. I think Oshima is pushing it a lot here. You can tell by the way they grip, they know exactly what they don't want the other to do, and they know where they want to grip, where they don't want the other one to grip. Trying on the Newaza here.
Good defense there from Shishime.
Yeah, that was really good. Good timing directly underneath, just didn't have enough control in the grip to really throw Shishime, but that was the best attack until now. And I must say Oshima looks a little bit stronger in this contest. And he's the one that's moving forward. Shishime looks a little bit more defensive. So another golden score, it is.
Yes, it's not surprising when the two fighters know one another that well. And we're going to end up with a few golden scores.
And you're seeing Oshima really wants to get the left hand of Shishime, because by that he's stopping Shishime from fighting a little bit, which is causing him to get the second Judo now. That seems hurt a little bit or something with his elbow.
Two penalties picked up by Shishimi. Did he not get penalised out of his last contest as well? Gonna have to pick things up here.
Yeah. Yeah, Oshima is just playing it really clever. And just keep getting the left arm of Shishima. Now he has the right arm and immediately almost he scores.
It would be a real disappointment if Shishimi picks up the third penalty here. He picked up 3 penalties against Kim Won-jin. Surely he can't get penalised out of it again.
Yeah, he's still in the contest, but he has to really watch out to not look passive or not make a mistake. But they both still look strong. They don't seem to get down so much.
Missed that effort.
That was a missed effort.
Maybe he's just picking up the pace a little bit here. And it looks as though Shishimi is going to pick up the third penalty. I don't know what got into him from this morning session, but he wasn't able to carry that over into the afternoon session, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a shame to go out on Shidos too. When you lose both your contests with 3 Shidos, that's really frustrating. But really well done by Oshima. He just had the good tactics. He knew he needed to take the left arm of Shishimi, and he did. So.
This is medal number 5 for Oshima Yama in the Grand Slam.
Let's see if he can smile a little bit.
I suppose if he passes mum and dad, he can afford to have a big smile.
Yeah, and of course losing out to another Japanese also in the semi-final, it's frustrating, but I think for him it's a really good result to get a bronze in a Grand Slam in Osaka here. Yeah, I think he also had the best effort to scoring. He was the closest to scoring.
We come now to the final of the under 60 kilo category. Nagayama Ryuju of Japan faces Yago Abdulazada of Russia. It's Nagayama in the white judogi. Abulazada in blue. Sorry about that. Here we go.
So this is a really interesting contest for me because Nagayama has looked so strong and quite untouchable today. He scored big ippons, he was so strong, and then you have Abuladze who's having a wonderful day. I don't know him so well, and he's throwing everyone. And he has such an unorthodox style, so I think people just don't know what to do with him. And you could see that with Kim actually making a mistake by doing the same thing twice and being thrown twice. But yeah, let's see what happens.
The referee in the middle for this one is Siniša Skrbić of Serbia. Speaking of mistakes, Abuladze, I don't know what I was talking about earlier on. Abuladze is the Russian that we're looking at in this contest. We'd seen him all morning without any trouble, you know.
No, he is having a really great day and taking out everybody.
Right, let's see what happens in the final.
Let's see if Nagayama can deal with the style of Abuladze and with the arm over the top.
I wonder how much of an opportunity Abuladze is going to give him, or how much he's going to, how much of an opportunity he's going to make for himself against Nagayama. Can he create those openings? There he goes right away.
Oh!
Sat him on his backside.
Yeah. I don't think the top half of his body went down, right?
No.
Went on a mat. But that's also world class of Nagayama, being able to turn like that. Again.
Catches him this time. Now,
so fast, so quickly.
Abuladze will be claiming that his back didn't go flat on the mat, but there's a good reason for that. He's trying to bridge there. You know?
Maybe they are going to watch it and check it. I'm not sure.
Well, he tries to bridge.
He did.
That's why he doesn't go flat on his back. We'll get a chance to see it. If his back is arched, his feet are down and his head is on the mat, then he's attempting to bridge to avoid giving up the score. And there it is. I can't see the head, but if he's on his head, he's attempted to bridge here.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
They turn it to Ozari.
Well, he doesn't go on his head, he goes on the side of his face. Well, thanks very much. Give another one. That's down on his side, isn't it? He's all over him. Abuladze isn't in this.
No.
Chance for the roll here. He's, you know, I don't know if Abuladze's ever seen anyone like Nagayama. Has he been on with someone of this kind of class? Because he's been outgunned here.
Another pickup maybe?
Well, look at what happened with Kim Won-jin. Kim Won-jin made 2 mistakes against Abuladze, and Abuladze threw him twice.
That's why I think you have to be so careful also with the Urunage, because he's so tall. And he can stick a foot in or something and then still turn you on the back. And that's what happened to Kim basically. And he could be the surprise of the day.
Oh, problems here.
But he's so tall, that's why he's turning out of it.
Oh, he was lucky to get out of that one. Showed some real effort, did Abuladze, to avoid getting caught there.
Yeah, but he's really well using his length during the contest. And he might come back into the contest if Nagayama doesn't finish it off fast. So that will be interesting to watch. That was really close again. But Abuladze is still alive.
Picked up a penalty for passivity there. It's been all Nagayama.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that one will do.
Yeah. No chance for Yago Abuladze here. They're gonna check it. I think maybe Abuladze was claiming to come to throw him on his back first.
No chance.
He was trying to do the same thing as with Kim.
But he doesn't go on his back there, does he? He goes on one elbow and away from him.
I'm curious what they're gonna do.
Yeah. He doesn't go on his back.
Again, he's still in.
Go on his elbow, yeah. There's a buzz in the venue about.
But it is a really good fight to watch because in the end, Abulatse stays a little bit dangerous.
Yeah.
He's still alive, and he can do something weird, you know. And he's shown some really good stuff today. Oh, almost in trouble here. Again, he turned out of it.
He hasn't been able to get him in the Osai Kumi.
No, now he has the arm, but I'm really impressed by Abulatse today.
Hey.
ついてもった動かせ、ついてもった動かせよ。足使いながら動かせ。
In the beginning of the contest, we thought he's gonna smash it like Nagayama. He was all over him.
Hey.
And when Abulatse attacks, he attacks so low that it's sometimes difficult for Nagayama to come up with those counters. He came up with them on the first couple of occasions because Abulatse was high up and he could pick him up.
He needs to watch out with that because now he's gonna get a Shido for one side. Oh,
No,
he turned under. He ducked under. I didn't see that.
Hey.
So, and it's still around 40 seconds on the clock, I guess. 31 seconds. So Nagayama, instead of being, or another one just out. I thought he was close to scoring again, Nagayama.
For me, he was, yes.
But Abulatse is showing to be really tricky.
Hey.
Another Seinage. That's it. So Nagayama Ryuju is winning this one, but Yago Abulatse impressed a lot today, and he can be really happy with the silver medal.
Yeah, his defense at times was a little bit special. You know, he's an awkward fighter, as Esther was saying earlier on, and that height and reach, the length of his limbs made it difficult for his opponents, and not only did it make it difficult for them to score on him, his defense was enhanced by the fact that when he went on the ground, he was a difficult person to turn over into the Osai Waza.
It's really difficult because he's so tall, so to get a hold of him, and he can just turn out of everything basically. So, but I think Nagayama was the best judoka here, and we're gonna see some nice highlights from this contest, I think.
Nagayama Ryuju is the winner of the under 60 kilo category. We'll have a look at the highlights and then we'll be back with the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 48 kilo category.
This is the first one. That was really beautiful.
Here you can see the highlights of this final on the screen.
It's nice to see that some of the judoka can always make, if they do a nuranage, they always make like a back flip. They're so flexible.
Yeah, I don't think Nagayama has ever lost to a Russian. He's fought 6, if I'm not mistaken, 6 times he's fought Russian competitors. He's defeated all of them, but I'd imagine that was one of the most difficult.
I think so too, and not expected to be the most difficult.
President of the Judo Union of Asia, Mr. Moai Alazi.
We come now to the awarding ceremony for women in the under 48 kilo category. And the medals are being presented by the president of the Judo Union of Asia, Mr. Obaid Alanzi. The first of the bronze medals goes to Kondo Ami of Japan. There's a bronze medal too for Endo Hiromi, also of
Silver medalist for Mongolia, Mungpat Uratsetseg.
silver medal goes to Mungpat Urantsetseg of Mongolia.
And gold medalist representing Japan.
The gold medal goes to Tanaki Funa of Japan.
The prize money and the flowers will be presented by the President of Osaka Judo Federation.
リブロは並びに花束が
Tanaki having a good look at the medal there, see what she's been given.
Yeah, it looked like a little mistake from Mungbat, but I think it was also the quality of Tanaki here that made her win this contest.
And TV Tokyo Trophy will be presented by Managing Director, TV Tokyo Corporation.
株式会社テレビ東京トップ取締役近藤正人様よりトロフィー
So
が
nice trophy for Tanaki Funa there.
For the national anthem of Japan.
会場内
And now the national anthem of Japan.
ください
Thank you very much. Now, take a picture. Like it said Judoka.
ありがとうございました。ご着席ください。記念撮影を行います。
So 2 categories done already.
Yeah.
2 more to go.
Kondo and Endo were the bronze medalists. Mungpat took the silver. It was Tanaki who came away with the gold. 3 world champions on that podium, or 3 former world champions. Mungpat, Kondo and Tanaki have all been world champions. Poor Endo, she's the only one who missed out there.
Yeah. She might get one in the future. You never know.
It's a
Hard category nowadays.
hard one to, well, it's going to be a tough one to win and a tough country to get representation at the World Championships for. Anyway, we've got the first of the bronze medal contest in the under 52 kilo category coming up now. Maeda Shishima of Japan faces teammate Shishimi Ai. It's Maeda in the white judogi, Shishimi in blue. And the referee in the middle for this one is Jean-Claude Jimby of Gabon.
Yeah, another Japanese contest, bronze medal contest. And we could see potentially another Shido fight. Let's hope not. But it's just so difficult if you know each other really well.
2017 World Champion, 2018 World Silver Medalist.
青、日本、2017世界選手権金メダリスト、2018世界選手権銅メダリスト。
He's the former world champion walking in first. Came unstuck early on. A single slip has put her in this bronze medal contest.
グランドスラム決勝戦初進出
Huge disappointment for Shishimi as she went over
Yeah.
beautiful Ippon.
Yeah, she went over quite
Teammate,
quickly this
yeah.
time, and in the world final they were having a really tough battle, so that's frustrating if now you lose quickly. So she will be wanting to make that right over here. Just get the bronze medal. Look at the position of both judoka.
Jimmy.
You see also with this contest, right, that they take a long time to grip because it's so important. Oh, that was almost a mistake by Maeda. Trying Sutami there, but missing completely.
Jimmy.
So left against right, and I think they both want to get the one hand. They're holding it down now. But if either of them gets the hand on the lapel over in the neck, they're going to be dangerous with it. And let's see if one of them can manage to do that.
Take. Jimmy.
So 1.5 minute gone, no scores yet. Also no Shidos. You see the Shishime is holding the hand of Maeda down really well. The only thing is with that, she's gonna struggle a little bit with entering herself
Jimmy.
for a good attack. So it looks like Tsushima is controlling the grip just a little bit more, but she needs to be active with it, otherwise I think she's also gonna get a Shido, but it's Maeda picking up a Shido here. So Shishime is the one that's pushing a little bit more forward, just a little bit more.
Shido. Jimmy.
Shimi also picks up
Yeah.
a penalty.
And if either of them really can get their grip, that's gonna be maybe it, you know, then they can come up with a really dangerous attack.
Take.
But up until now, that just didn't happen.
Jimmy.
So difficult contest for both of them. And Shishima already losing out to Abu Yuta. So, ooh, that was it. Good job for her.
Again, it's a little bit like the contest for Endo Hiromi. Yes, it's a win, but she looks more relieved
Yeah.
than happy or pleased.
She
you know.
needed to win
They
that
needed
one.
to win, yeah. More so Shishimi after a bit of a spanking that she took in the semi-final. So Shishimi will be on the podium.
第3位
not quite where she would have liked.
No, not too happy about it, but it's a medal.
This is medal number 9 for Hishime Ai, Grand Slam.
A 9th Grand Slam medal.
That's impressive. Yeah, that was
Wow.
just a really good way in.
The highlights.
And a good solution, because they were struggling with the grips all the time, and then she managed to get out a score like that. It's really good. And she just completely had the arm of Maeda there. Good timing, really good job. So we're gonna watch the second bronze medal contest.
The second bronze medal contest features Park Da-sol, the Republic of Korea. She's up against Amandine Bouchard of France. It'll be Park in the white judogi, Bouchard in blue. And the referee in the middle for this one is Roland Poiger of Austria.
Mr. Roland Poiger.
Yeah, and again, the Koreans have shown some really strong judo today. I think the Japanese have been a little bit more dangerous with their attacks, but the Koreans were so strong with the gripping and the tactics.
青フランス世界選手権2度の銅メダリスト
Amandine Bouchard.
Came in here as the number 1 seed, Amandine Bouchard, this morning. She just had the one slip against Tsunoda Natsumi.
Yeah, Tsunoda
Japan.
looked really,
Yeah.
really strong today.
I think that would be a really good final.
Yeah, I think so too. And talking about the tactical player, I think Bouchard in tactic is one of the best. Many times she scores a Wasari right in the beginning and then manages to hold on quite easily onto that. She's really hard to throw. But let's see against Park Da-sol.
Judo.
Tiger doesn't like that
Yeah.
much, does he?
But I think it's not so bad, because it's
Yeah.
taken them almost 20 seconds to even touch the grip, so you need to be faster than that.
Reviens sur la manche, dès que tu peux, reviens sur la manche. Allez, Amandine.
So let's see if they take their grips a little bit faster this time. And Park Da-sol is immediately in for Seinage.
Faut pas hésiter sur le sol. Allez. Allez, Amandine, hein.
So still quite an open contest. Not much has happened after 1 minute. Just trying to feel each other a little bit. I think Park is quite aggressive with her gripping and defending on Bouchard.
Allez, encore, reste la première sur l'attaque.
I think we are seeing a lot of close contests today. And people that know each other quite well, and taking a long time to get the perfect kumikata. It's so important nowadays. Now Bouchard does have a better grip, but she missed out there.
Yeah, missed by a long way. And on
Yeah.
the way out, it was
It was an opportunity for Park
Some
actually.
degree of luck that Park didn't
C'est bien ça, monter.
take that
Pareil, sur la
opportunity.
saisie, prépare avant.
So, but you do see that if Bouchard if she does have her grip, she's immediately more controlling, more dangerous with it, and Park is getting a Shido for that. She's not into the contest, so she needs to do the same thing she's done in the first minute, and be really aggressive, go in there. Just not too fast as this. I think that's a little bit dangerous because she's going to the ground with no control of Bouchard. That's where she's so dangerous. I think it's quite close, but I would just like to see that in a replay.
Well, she falls just in front of the referee Roland Poiger,
Yeah.
just on that side. If you look to see where the referee's standing,
Applique-toi sur les saisies.
just down on the side.
Yeah,
And
just
what they say is
really
if
the one. Yeah, the arm is in.
the arm is in, then it is, and if it's out, then for me,
But it's really
such a
like the
thing,
minimum Vasari you can get. So good thing for Bouchard because now she's leading with a Vasari and Park with 2 Shidos. So it's not a good situation for Park. Especially as you know that Bouchard is really good in defending a score like that. So 41 seconds left on the clock and the Vasari score for Bouchard. And it is what we've seen many times, as I told you, with Bouchard leading the contest with the Vasari. And in the end it's enough.
Mr. Bay being asked to take a seat in the stands. Slight bit of overcoaching.
Yeah. In this position of Bouchard, she's so much bending down a little bit, but still looking active, but it's almost impossible to go in there and try to get out a score. So I don't know, somehow she doesn't look so defensive, but it's really difficult to score on that and to get the score back. So some more seconds left in this contest. Well, that's it. It's Amandine Bouchard who gets the bronze medal with really clever and good judo today. And she just made, I think Tsunoda Natsumi was just better today than her, and she just looked really strong.
Well, not for the first time. Bouchard takes the lead and manages to do exactly what she needs to do to hang on to that. And it's something that Esther pointed out right at the beginning of the contest, that she's one of the most tactically astute players on the International Judo Federation World Judo Tour.
And I think it's a really good quality to have. It's maybe not the nicest way to win for others. We all like to see the big ippons and the nice finishes, but it sure is really effective, and I think it's a really big quality of her. And she's showing it because she got the bronze medal in the Grand Slam of Osaka. And with this little roll of her, and it was really a minimum Vasari for me, but it was a Vasari, and she's gonna play with that. But if Park Dassault is watching this throwback, she's gonna say like, "Oh, that was a really small one."
We come now to the final of the under 52 kilo category. Tsunoda Natsumi of Japan faces teammate Abe Uta. It'll be Tsunoda in the white judogi, Abe in blue.
So this one is really interesting because Abe Ute, everybody knows how good she is, and again today she looks so strong, throwing Shishime really quickly.
Yes.
But then you have Tsunoda Natsumi, and she's looking really good, and she beat Bouchard in a really good way, like looking confident and strong, and that's the biggest thing for me. She looked so confident today. Let's see if we see the same how do you say that, attitude against Abe Uta. She'll need that.
Well, Abe has only ever fought Tsunoda Natsumi once on the World Tour. It could be that they've gone head-to-head domestically.
Yeah, that's true.
But the head-to-head on the international circuit, it was back at the Grand Slam in Tokyo in 2016 when Tsunoda Natsumi won that contest. So there might be a bit of revenge in the air today.
And the only thing you think about, if it's Abe that's only 18 years old, so she would have been 16 or maybe 17 2 years ago.
A newcomer, yeah. Well,
but I'm to be honest, I don't know about the age of Tsunoda.
Well, they just eyeballed each other there, you know. It gave the dead look.
Yeah.
Well, Abe's already destroyed Shishimi in the semi-final. That was an absolute thrashing she gave her there. What's going to happen with the other Japanese, Tsunoda Natsumi? She may prove to be a little bit tougher. And she's got her own experience as Tsunoda, not just as a Grand Slam gold medal winner. She's also silver medalist at the World Championships back in Budapest.
It was Shishime that beat her.
It was Shishime
there, right?
that beat her there. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a sharing around between the trio, isn't it? It's your turn now. The only thing that Tsunoda hasn't had is the World Championship gold medal. She's been in the final, lost to Shishime, and Shishime has been in the final and lost to Abe. So, surely it must be Tsunoda's turn. Well, we're gonna have to wait for that one because we're here at the Grand Slam stage.
Yeah, and Abe Uta wearing the red backpack, and she has something to say. She's looking really strong again in this contest.
Tsunoda took a bit of a whack there.
She might have lost her.
Lost the contact lens.
Yeah. For me, it's curious to see that how Abe doesn't look tired yet, or doesn't look like she did anything yet. She's ready to go.
To pop a contact lens back in, Tsunoda Natsumi, that came out with a thud. She hit the tatami.
The problem is first you have to find it.
Yeah.
It's not too easy on this mat.
Sorted that out now.
Yeah.
Just something about the movement of Tsunoda that's slightly unusual for a Japanese fighter. She's got her own little style. Maybe it's a bit like Nishida.
You think so?
Yeah. Just a little bit of, real self-confidence, Bit of bravado, why not?
And they are already quite upright, but maybe she's even more upright than the other Japanese.
Nishida Yuka had a little bit about her in the 52 kilo category.
Yeah, but they're both quite fully going to it. Oh, look at that. Not catching her, but so quick she's in and controlling both arms.
Yeah, as soon as she gets hold of those sleeves, she goes in. Second Judo picked up by Tsunoda.
And it's the same as her brother. They're just so strong with them. Once they have their hips in, or not even in completely, then just they're unstoppable. Some newaza there, not bad. Only doesn't seem to bother Abe too much. So I think for me it's Abe that's looking the better one. But again, something like this could happen. She could go down, and Tsunoda making really good use of that. And don't you think? Oh, it looked like Tsunoda was not paying so much.
Again, she's looking at her hand. What's happened?
Maybe her tape is off or something, or she's bleeding a little bit.
Oh, okay. So that'll slow things down a little bit. Give Abe a chance to collect her thoughts. What are your thoughts on this so far, Esther?
For me, Abe Uta looking a little bit stronger and more dangerous, and it looked like it's about to come all the time, you know? She's searching for it, but then again, Tsunoda looking very cool, really in control. She's looking very relaxed also. The only thing, she didn't came in with the best attack, so she needs to try to do that. But for me, Abe Uta looks the stronger one, with some possibilities for Tsunoda to take some chances.
Yeah, and she hasn't taken any as yet, Tsunoda.
No.
She's fought a very watchful, conservative fight here, and with not a great deal of time left on the clock, on 2 penalties there, I think the time has come to really say, okay, I better go for it.
Yeah, that's the thing, like if you score on the right in the end, it could be a moment to like steal the contest a little bit.
Yeah.
And I do think it's possible today for Tsunoda Natsumi. And still Abe Uta looking really, really focused. Not a, how do you say, a drop of sweat on her forehead.
Yeah, you put it that way. There's a chance there for the Uchimata.
Yeah.
She didn't go through with it. Good grip.
Just a moment she had her grips.
Yeah, got in the right position.
Yeah.
There she goes again. Got to be quicker than that though, because it's Abe who's always turning in and breaking up that grip.
Yeah, you need to be right in there. But it looked like she had some time to think when she was covering up her hand. And some good movements from Tsunoda. Again, it's the hand on the sleeves for Abe. But good defending from Tsunoda. She's really hard to throw. And this time Tsunoda has a little bit better grips, but they're off again. They're just so close, the contests are so tight. And I think it's, that's,
what a way to
go. What a shame.
Stop.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, you weren't involved. You can't get involved with that when you are 2 Shidos down.
Smart way to win from Abe Uta. So she shows she also has, next to the big throwing skills, she can also win tactically.
Yeah.
And she's really pleased with that. But winning the World Championships and the Grand Slam of Osaka, of Japan, basically, it's a thing you want to do. Kids are enthusiastic.
Third Grand Slam gold medal.
But really good day for Tsunana Natsumi. That was really close. Just needed to bring the arm a little bit further. She could just stop it, Tsunada.
So when she was second place in 16, yeah.
Yeah, still really, really young.
Come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 60 kilo category. The medals are being presented by the IGF Hall of Fame member, Mr. Uemura Hiraki of Japan.
Bronze medalist for Japan, Oshima Yuma.
First of the bronze medals goes to Oshima Yuma of Japan. There's a bronze medal too for Kim Won-jin of the Republic of Korea.
Yeah, both deserved bronze medalists, I guess. Really strong judo, and this is, I think, the surprise of the day.
Yeah. Bronze medalist, the silver medal winner, Yago Abuladze of Russia. But the gold medal goes to Nagayama Ryuju of Japan.
He looked untouchable all day until the final. He was really the best one, I think, but Yago Abuladze manages to pull out some crazy stuff. Yeah, really good score there. So I really like this category. It showed really good judo today.
TV Tokyo Trophy will be presented by Managing Director of TV Tokyo Corporation.
株式会社テレビ東京常務取締役近藤正様よりトロフィーが授与されます。
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Japan.
Now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much. Now, take the picture with the ladies and judoka.
ありがとうございました。ご着席ください。記念撮影を行います。
Oshima and Kim were the bronze medalists. Abuladze took the silver. It was Nagayama to take the gold medal. We've got the last of the weight categories coming up for you now. And the first of the bronze medal contest in the under 66 kilo category features Aram Grigorian of Russia. He He'll be up against Fujisaka Taro of Japan. That'll be Gregorian in the white judogi, Fujisaka in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Hyun Suk-hee of the Republic of Korea. Handshakes all round from the fighters, and there's a look at the route to the final. Gregorian route to the bronze medal contest. Gregorian and Fujisaka. There's Esther.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say too much about this one because I don't know, to be honest. Like, I'm just gonna enjoy this fight. And it's Fujisaka who beat Gregorian once before. But let's see how it is today. I think Gregorian is having a good day, so. And I just realized today we're only gonna hear the Japanese anthem. Since there's
From now on, yeah.
Since there's 2 Japanese in the final. So not unexpected since...
yeah, that's what we were saying this morning. Well, we'll see how Gregorian gets on against Fujisaka.
Yeah, he only lost out to Abe Hyumi, and that's not a shame, you know. It's Abe that's so strong and being the world champion. And Fujisaka lost out to Maruyama. Gregorian looking a little bit like relaxed and taking his grips. Oh, nice there. Nice Seonage. Judo on the board for Fujisaka. And today we've seen that can make the difference when you get the first Judo on the board and then both getting Judos after that. And let's hope that doesn't happen now.
Fujisaka thinking about the turnover.
Yeah. He was quite close, but in the end I think when Gregorian could catch his leg, he had the controller in.
Both the Russians here, Gregorian and Abuladze, have done well to block the turnovers.
Yeah, they did.
Nagayama had a couple of goes at turning over Abuladze, but he avoided that.
Yeah, and I think Abuladze could really use his length well, but here Gregorian doesn't have so much length advantage. So.
Just a single Shido against Fujisaka at the moment.
Yeah, I think he, how do you say that? Ducked under...
Ducked underneath, yeah, well done Esther. Ducked underneath.
Now the problem is that Gregorian did that in the first half a minute, and now it's a really good attack, but Fujisaka is now knowing that it will come throughout the contest. Ooh, now he's almost turning. Let's see if we can get the top half right. Ooh. Well, again, Gregorian turned out of that really well. So they're showing some good escaping skills, the Russians. So now it's Grigorian that has 2 Shidos on the board, and now he really has to start coming with attacks. And you can see Fujisaka is really pushing forward. And Grigorian really struggling with the Kumikata of Fujisaka here. Ooh, that's good. That was Ippon, I think.
Oh, she's given Ippon. Grigorian catching.
He did that
Fujisaka.
before today, and Grigorian looks really strong with that. How would you call that?
Now we'll get to see a replay of it. The classification of Waza is an interesting thing here. We have a whole group of experts who record the techniques. It's not always what we initially think it may be. So during the replay we'll get a little look at this, and
Yeah, we'll see.
you can also have a bash and see if you can name that Waza.
To be honest, I think Fujisaka went flat on his back. So in that case it should be an Ippon. Wasn't the hardest Ippon, you don't see somebody falling from the sky onto the map, but
It was a little bit of a roll, wasn't it?
yeah.
The highlights on the screen.
Okay, let's have a look at this then. Yeah, well, that is so difficult to classify because he's trying one thing which fails. He wants to take him over with a shoulder wheel. He really wants to wheel him over his shoulder in one direction. That fails and he now takes him back. So there ends the shoulder wheel, and now he's going to push him down. So what are we looking at? It's the left arm that's doing the throwing action, isn't it? Because his right arm's gone.
Yeah, and same if you look at the top half of his back, it's straight onto the mat. Like the 2 shoulders of Fujisaka, they're straight onto the mat.
Yeah, so no doubt about the Ippon. It's just identifying the Waza. So we'll leave that for you at home to work on. But he finishes off all with the hands. So whatever it is, it's Teiwaza in the end.
Yeah, it is.
Right, we come now to the second of the bronze medal contest in the under 66 kilo category. Islam Khametov of Russia faces Yondan Perenli Bashku of Mongolia. It's Khametov in the white judogi, Yondan Perenli in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Roberta Kirlia of Italy.
So we didn't see Khametov today, yeah?
I didn't get to see him, first time.
And we saw a little bit of Don Perenla. The only thing is he was against Abe Hiumi, but he did a good job, I think. Good tactics. Just trying to disturb Abe a little bit. So, but this is obviously going to be another contest. And the pressure is actually on Khametov, seeing Grigorian just getting a bronze medal.
Yes.
And then you really don't want to lose out on the bronze.
Islam Khametov.
It's funny though, the Khametov, I suppose, is slightly more easily recognizable Russian name, but we've had Grigorian and Abuladze, and both suggest that they come from places outside of Russia.
A little bit more to the south.
We'll take them anyway. Grigorian could be of Armenian extraction, and I suppose Abuladze, well, you've got to nail the Georgians with that one, haven't you? We'll take anyone we can get.
But they might have been just born in Russia, growing up there, so don't know about that yet. Ooh, that was almost a score there for Khametov. Nice. He kept pushing on, and that was really nice to see.
Khametov, I'll have a chat with him afterwards. Maybe we can see if he's from Dagestan, probably. It's a very strong judo region there. Whoa,
Love
big
to see
lift.
that.
Khametov caught with his own technique there. He loves the pickup, but Yondan Perenli brings him down for Wazari. They both wanted to get close.
But I love to see that when they get close, they really go all for it.
But it was Yondan Perenli who got the lift, got the leg going up there, lifted Khametov up and managed to turn him as well.
Yeah.
That was the key part.
And I guess he can use his height, and it's not a big difference, but sometimes just a little bit that you're a little bit taller with your legs.
I wouldn't know about that.
I do a little bit
Being
sometimes.
short myself, so. Wazari the lead for Yondan Perenli. We've got a little over half the contest to go. And Islam Khametov has to start thinking about coming back into this. He can have a look at the clock and just take a little bit of time. Doesn't need to get desperate here. Maybe even, 30 seconds or so to see just how quickly Yondan Perenli burns, because he could be one of those that burns brightly quickly.
You don't know. Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
Just,
Doesn't look like it yet. He's quite aggressive.
He's still in there.
Yeah.
Well, we've still got time. I'll put my money on Khametov if it goes the distance. Got to go
it's
now.
close. He has to come in, otherwise it's too long on one side.
They gave him plenty of time there, didn't they?
Yeah,
and it could be they gave him the
time.
time because Yondan Perenli ducked underneath, and they didn't call a mate because it would have been to Khametov's disadvantage, so they allowed him to continue in that.
And this is the danger for Khametov, is Yondan Perenli just taking his time and giving some time to work on the waza, and it's just burning the clock.
Joko mate now.
Yeah. And you could tell, even Yondan Perenli was just looking at the clock like, okay, if you give me some more time, I'll pretend if I work some more. I don't think he was working really on scoring there.
Well, this is when Khametov has got to open up here. Just got to be careful that the arm doesn't go over the head.
Yeah.
If Yondan Perenli goes underneath, that's his business, but Khametov has just got to be careful when he gets that high grip, that he doesn't let it slip over. He goes over again. Yeah, that'll be it. A soft end, to be honest. A soft Wazari, but it was a Wazari nonetheless. And the Mongolian Yondan Perenli Bashku overcomes Islam Khametov of Russia.
Yeah, but I've been watching Yondan Perenli with pleasure today. He really did a good job. Yeah, and maybe where there were soft Wazaris and not, but they were there.
They all count.
Yes.
In the book, it just says Wazari. Doesn't say soft. Doesn't say hard. Smashed Ippon. No. Just gives the score. And it was a good one.
Yeah, it was.
He did have the beating of him there, didn't he? 2 good scores from Yondan Perenli, gives him the second of the bronze medals in the under 66 kilo category. We're going to have some highlights and then we'll be back with the final.
Yeah, and Khametov just came up a little bit too short. I don't think I think his attempt in the beginning was actually best, but I think that was close to a Nippon even. Just rolled on his back here, but then second. Nice Osotogari he was almost missing the leg, Yondan Perenli, but he had enough force to get him on his back.
We come now to the final of the under 66 kilo category. Abe Hifumi of Japan faces teammate Maruyama Joshiro. It'll be Abe in the white judogi, Maruyama in blue. Referee in the middle for this one is Mariano dos Santos of Brazil. Esther Stam, your feelings on this final?
Ooh, I think everybody thinks the favorite is Abe Hiyumi, but you never know in an All Japan final.
But unlike the others, Abe has just been head and shoulders above the others today, hasn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. We cannot say much else about it. He was just so much better than the rest and unstoppable.
I mean, if we think about it, the number one seed in the under 48 kilo category was Munkbat. She made it to the final. Tanaki Funa beat her. Nagayama Ryuju, okay, he made it to the final and he took it. Although, you know, Yago Abuladze gave him a little bit of a test in the final, you could say. Amandine Bouchard, she was the number one seed. She lost out to Tsunoda Natsumi, and Tsunoda Natsumi went down to Abe Yuta anyway.
Yeah.
So really, the one who was clearly the best in the category and clearly the best on the day is Abe Hiyumi for me. I don't know about you.
What can I say? It's just like that. And I'm just hoping to see some spectacular judo. And as you know, sometimes the Japanese, they cancel each other out because they know each other, and they just know how to fend each other. But I think with Abe it can be a little bit a different story. But let's see, there might be a bigger surprise today.
Mate.
And of course Maruyama knows what Abe is doing. So he probably knows best how to defend on that arm, the right arm of Abe. That's so dangerous. If he has that on the sleeve, he's almost unstoppable. So let's see how Maruyama is defending on that. So both really trying to get the second arm.
Few tense looking faces in the audience.
Nice sutumi there from Maruyama. And also I think like Abe is now taking the lapel of Maruyama, and I think he's better on the sleeve, but he might know that Maruyama is dangerous then. So slightly different tactics. Yeah, again you can see that they know each other so well. Again, a nice Sutamiwaza effort from Maruyama. And it's Maruyama that's been attacking. So 2 minutes gone already, can you believe that?
Racing away, isn't it?
The thing is that that Abe needs only one slight little space or good grips to be dangerous and to score a big with a big throw. Maruyama doing a really good job here. The only thing is if Maruyama is going to be dangerous himself.
Both fighters pick up penalties for avoiding to take a grip. the only error that I think some of the top players make. They get caught up in this, you know,
They do.
kind of avoiding to take a grip business, and they give away a Shido unnecessarily. We saw it earlier on when, you know, she didn't need to lose the contest that way. She didn't grip up.
Yeah, and I think in this case it's still even, so it's a little bit different. But sometimes you see actually
Yeah.
judoka losing out a contest by that, and that's just a shame. And you know when you're doing that and you have already the 2 Shidos on the board, you just cannot do that. You need to go into the contest, get your grip, and attack.
Well, this is a repeat of the final from last year. Abe and Maruyama, they've only gone head-to-head just that once on the IJF World Tour. Again, we can go back to what they've done domestically, but
Yeah.
we're talking about them on the IJF World Tour, and it was last year that Abe defeated Maruyama in that final.
Yeah, in golden score also, so
Yeah, they went the distance as well.
wouldn't be surprised if that happens again.
6 Grand Slam gold medals Abe has at the moment. Only once did he fail to hit the top spot.
Yeah, in the last 3 years. He made a little slip in the Zagreb Grand Prix. But here also Maruyama is looking strong, and I think it's still open contest. Nice Uchimata attempt there. And if he could follow that up with a second good attack, I think he could be really dangerous to Abe.
Actually, he hasn't made a slip. That one in that column is for this particular tournament. It hasn't come up yet. So if that changes to, we should get
like that, you mean?
7-0. Yeah, that's
Oh, in the Grand Slam.
yeah, in the Grand Slam.
Yeah, I was just talking about the latest competitions, and he had
Oh,
one
yeah, we had
little
that
slip,
bronze there.
still a medal, but
Thinking about Tokyo in 2014. To men 16, Tokyo 16, Paris 17, Tokyo 17, Katerinburg 18. Yeah, he's already got 6. So this one, which is blank, is the 7th.
oh,
That was down on the side in golden score. We were talking about the slip that he made in Zagreb, where he ended up with bronze. Well, that could go down as a slip here.
And here you can see the look on his face, and also with Maruyama being so happy with that. But I think he played the contest really well.
The absolute odds-on favourite.
Yeah.
Everybody has lost their house. Everybody put their house on Abe.
And he looked untouchable
Yeah,
today,
it
but
didn't
here you can
happen.
see 2 Japanese fighting each
Yeah,
other.
this is what you said right
Yeah.
at the beginning, Esther. You never know what can happen when the Japanese go head-to-head.
And Maruyama just played it really well. He didn't get really endangered by the throws of Abe. Abe was never dangerous during the contest. And I think even Maruyama with a Sutami before her, with a Tumunage, he came closer to scoring. And that was it. What a surprise ending of day 1 here.
What
Look.
a thing, yes.
And then I was saying, like, if he can follow that first Uchimata up within the second attack, and that is what he did here, that's really good. Happy he listened to me. Probably not.
Last final contest on the screen.
Maybe just another angle. I think this is the one that's really going to tell.
Yeah, that's gonna show us.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely. Down on the side. He tries to spin out of this as well. Here, have a look at this. He tries to get the hand down, but the hand gets
can't,
pulled back
yeah.
in.
Just
Terrific
really,
bit of camera
yeah.
work there as well. I'm not sure who's working on our camera, but they got that beautifully. Well, we come now to the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 52 kilo category, and the medals are being presented by former Olympic champion and International Judo Federation Hall of Fame member, Mr. Yamashita Yasuhiro.
Bronze medalists are for
First of the bronze medals goes to Amandine Bouchard
And for
of
Japan, Shishimi
France.
Ai.
There's a bronze medal too for Shishimi Ai of Japan.
Silver medalist representing Japan, Tsunoda Natsumi.
Silver medal goes to Tsunoda Natsumi
Gold medalist for
of Japan.
Abe Uta.
And the gold medal goes to Abe Uta
The prize money and the
of
flowers
Japan.
will be presented by Vice President of all Japan.
What a day.
It certainly was, with the twist
Yeah.
right at the end.
But also this contest was a really, really tight contest. The only thing for Japan is they cannot send 2 judoka to all the weight categories. So they already have to select for the World Championships. It's not until next year. It's gonna take some time,
That's
but
right. You've got 2
yeah, but
that
not
you can send in 2 weight categories, but the rest, so there'll be
9 in total.
5, yeah. 5 men and 5 women's categories where you can only send 1. But when it comes to the Olympic Games, that's it. They will
Yeah, that's gonna
have
be
1 in
really
each.
tough.
1 in each.
And TV Tokyo Trophy will be presented by Managing Director of TV Tokyo Corporation.
株式会社テレビ東京常務取締役近藤正人様より
It's nice to see Abe Uta smile like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Japan.
皆様
Now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much. Now, take the picture with the ladies and judoka.
There's
ありがとうございました記念撮
a
影
picture
を
for
行い
the
ます
album with the winning quartet and the dignitaries, Bouchard and Shishimi, with the bronze medalist. Tsunoda smiling. Tsunoda. Maybe not quite as big a smile as
No.
Abe, but that's what you'd expect. Tsunoda took the silver and Abe the gold. Everyone gets a chance to flash the medals, and there's even a little bit of a grimace there from Shishimi. How to get a smile out of her. It hasn't been her best day.
Of course, Abe Uta smiling when she finishes on top, beating 2 Japanese today.
We're going to have a little bit of a highlights package, and then we'll be back with the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 66 kilo category. Stay with us.
So I think they're already coming to the podium.
It would appear so. It
Yeah.
looks as though they've got them in a hurry. Oh no, here we go.
That was a really good final to watch.
You like that, did you?
Yeah. No, I. It's good to see some excitement. I don't think it's always nice to see the favorite lose or win. It's just in the end it's a new contest and anybody can win.
I wonder if Maruyama is going to say that when they ask him in the interview. Yeah, it was a new contest. Anyone could win.
It is the case in judo. And he just really manages to block Abe from coming in, and tactically he just played a really strong game.
Terrific work from Maruyama Toshiro. We come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 66 kilo category.
By Her Imperial Highness Princess.
友仁親王妃信子殿下よりメダルが授与されます。
Bronze medalist are for Mongolia, Judo Basu.
First of the bronze medals goes to Yondan Perenli Bashku of Mongolia.
And for Russia, Aram Grigoryan.
There's a bronze medal too for Aram Grigoryan of Russia. The silver medal goes to Abe Hifumi of Japan.
And gold medalist for Japan, Maruyama Yoshiro.
The gold medal goes to Maruyama Yoshiro of Japan.
The prize money and the dollars will be presented by General Secretary of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Jean-Luc. Tokyo Corporation.
株式会社テレビ東京常務取締役近藤正人様よりトロフィーが授与されます。
Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the national anthem of Japan.
Now the national anthem of Japan.
スタンドをお聞きください。
Thank you very much. Now, family picture with your English and Judoka.
ありがとうございました。ご着席ください。記念撮影を行います。
Time for the picture with the VIPs. The chaps up there can be happy to have a photograph with Her Imperial Highness. There you go. Yondan Perenli and Gregorian were the bronze medalists. The silver went to Abe, the gold went to Maruyama. At the end of day one, Japan topped the medal table with 4 gold medals. There was a silver for Russia, silver for Mongolia, but the bronze medals went out to the Republic, Korea and France. We'll be back tomorrow with more live action from day 2 of the Osaka Grand Slam. But from Esther Stam and myself, it's bye-bye for now.
Yeah, bye-bye and thank you.